Whew. Yes, yes, back at it again. So check this out. Iceman, 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 Iceman. Jersey Drake. Now, I want to ask you guys this question. Excuse me. What do you consider Drake Iceman album a classic, good, or a bust? Me personally, I think Drake's. I like the Iceman album. You know, the Iceman album brings me back to my high school years. It brings me back to me. It brings me back to the views. Um, I'm not gonna say high school year is my senior year, and I think my junior year in college. When I mean by that, view between Views and Scorpion, them two albums. The reason why I say that is because when Views came out, it was a lot of controversy. A lot of people was talking about how Drake had a ghostwriter, right? Back when Meek Mill was in his feelings because nobody was tweeting about his album. Now, my thing is this. Even back then, I told cats, how can Drake have a ghostwriter? Because if it wasn't for Drake, Lil Wayne's second half of his career would be where? Drake wrote for people. I'm not talking about just Wayne. I'm talking about he wrote for Kanye. He wrote, man, not only Kanye, he wrote for Beyonce. Um, I'm not I'm not gonna say Chris Brown. I'm not. Because Chris Brown has writers, but Chris Brown could write himself. And what I mean by that, Chris Brown, he's a dope writer, but Chris Brown has other writers that help him with certain things. But Drake has wrote for Nicki. Drake has wrote for Ye, Wayne, Jamie Foxx, Alicia Keys, Beyonce. Um, there's a couple cats that come to mind. Ross, because that Aston Martin music that was originally Drake's song. Because Drake had Paris motion music, but Drake wrote for Ross. Ross can't do no. Ross can't do a love song. Drake can. Drake wrote for Ross. That's why I'm tripping. That's why I don't understand why Ross wants to crap on Drake. And it's like, dog, Drake wrote your hits. Them love songs, the Dice Pineapples. Drake and Wale wrote the Dice Pineapples for you. Drake wrote Aston Martin music. Originally, it was Paris motion music, but he gave it to you. Hell, do I need to continue? That's why I don't understand when. That's why I don't understand with people. You know, it's crazy. Then let's go to Scorpion again. The Ghostwriter allegations. Pusha T, he comes out sideways. So it was good music versus Drake. You know, Pusha T came at Drake sideways. Ye came out. Kanye came at Drake sideways. It was a lot of people that came at Drake sideways. And here's a disclaimer. I keep it a buck. I'm not biased. I keep it a buck. And the reason why I'm saying these two albums, right? Because these two albums, Views is a good album. Scorpion is a classic. But what both of them got in common was the controversy, the allegations. Drake said this. You know what? You guys think that I don't write? Cool. They just mad because I got the touch. They said I don't write enough. They just mad because I got the magical touch. Drake wrote, you know what I'm saying? And even with this Iceman album, a lot of people saying Drake can't write. Drake guys behind Will by Kendrick. A lot of people was dumping on Drake, right? And I told cats, even back when I was in high school, I told cats this from my sophomore year in high school, 2013, to my senior year in 2016. I told cats this: Drake and Kendrick. Drake is going to lose against Kendrick because Drake is not a battle rapper like that. Kendrick is from that battle rapping area. Kendrick is going to beat Drake, but Drake dissed the crap out of Kendrick early on. The language, for example, worst behavior, another example. Um, yeah, Mr. Free Smoke. It's a lot of songs, but Drake went at Kendrick. He did. Kendrick and Drake band had a back and forth for years. Kendrick say, you know what, enough's enough. And you seen what happened. Not like us, everybody was hopping on the bandwagon. Not like us is a classic diss song. Probably top 15 diss songs of all time. If not top 15, top 10. Because of the impact that it has, the controversy that's surrounded, the effect, you know, the influence, you know. But Drake with this Iceman album, to me, Iceman is Iceman is in between Views and Scorpion. As uh Iceman is a Iceman is a good album. It is. What I say is a classic. Um Certain songs on there will make it not like a classic, but it's a it's a great album. It's a great album, you know. That's why I brought up Views and Scorpion, because look at the controversy that surrounded them two albums. And look at Iceman. Iceman has been his best album since Scorpion. Drake, a lot of people was dumping on Drake, saying Drake, all these reference tracks, Drake can't write, Drake can't write, Drake got a ghostwriter, Drake got a ghostwriter, he got a ghostwriter. Oh, look at them people in the OVO, right? And shout out to one of my big brothers, HD. Subscribe to his channel. Welcome to HD TV with two eyes. Go get his merch, $60, hoodie and t-shirt. We had conversations, and we always talk about this ghostwriting thing, even me, him, and JP. Drake writes. It's it's the cadence and the flow. We know type of music that Drake writes. If Drake was on, for example, Jumpman, Jumpman, that's a Future song, right? You know what Drake is doing? Using that same flow so he can catch up. He's using the same flow, but writing his own lyrics. I've been in the studio. I wrote before, so I know how Drake writes. If it's the if the beat is catchy and I'm hearing somebody spit, So it gives me an idea on how should I go with it when I write. That's what you call ideas. You know what? Jumpin', them boys up to something. Jumpin', I've been doing them. Jumpin'. Okay. Yeah. Drake writes, it's the flow. If you want to talk about flow wise, cool. It's the flow. But you can't take away the pen that Drake been writing. There's clips of Drake in the studio. He's writing. He is writing. But see, people is so fascinated and so excited with the media that they forget that Drake write. They forget that. Now, my thing is this: how can you forget a man that wrote? Because let's keep it a buck. A lot of people want Drake to fall. So when Not Like Us came out, everybody was on that bandwagon. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all know Drake writes. Reference tracks are reference tracks. They are flows. They are hooks. They are catching ideas on what the song is gonna be and how your flow should be, how your flow should adapt to the song itself. Mob ties. I did a short video talking about mob ties. Drake don't have a ghostwriter. Singing it. What Drake did was he took bits and pieces and started writing around it. Come on, it's facts. He wrote "Yikes" for Ye. Shake again, innocent. Yeah, I said, come on. He wrote 30 hours. He wrote. That's why. That's why I don't understand when people be like, Drake has a ghostwriter. Drake has a ghostwriter. Drake has a ghostwriter. That's ridiculous to me. Now with the Iceman album, I can tell you my favorite song is National Treasures. National Treasures is my favorite song because it's direct. You know, it's direct. Kobe and Shaq together. You know, we got caught in the spur of the moment. Kawhi won a chip that we thought you would have brought. You know, National Treasures to me was shots being fired. It was letting people know, listening, what's good, what's good. I know it took me 2 years, but guess what? I'm here. I don't count them other two albums that he released. I care less about them two albums. Iceman is what it is. Iceman showed everybody that you know what? My bad, y'all. Update on my seizure medicine. And that's why I think. A lot of people don't like the truth. You know, I like National Treasures. I like Janice. Shut the f up. Meaning he talking about Jay-Z. Um, I like the first. I like the intro. Um, Run to Atlanta was alright to me. Shebang. Um, a million. Um, East Streets, baby. You know that she's a neat freak, baby. On the phone. What did I miss? I love that song. I don't give a F you like me. Don't care how you feel. Okay. I like them too. Um, yeah. Those are the songs that I like off the album. You know, Drake came with bars, but Drake came ready. 2 years off. I'm gonna let the Kendrick thing die off, and I'm gonna just hit you with Iceman. Drake was ready. A lot of people wasn't expecting this Drake because a lot of people thought it was going to be the same thing. Love songs. Drake was getting throughout the album. Drake was getting a little emotional, but at the end of the day, Drake was delivering, and that's why I say it's a mixture between Views and Scorpion, and it's a great album. Scorpion is a classic album. Like my top five Drake albums is Scorpion, Take Care, Views, Iceman, and Nothing Was the Same. Drake is that business. Drake is gonna put in that work. Drake is that dude. It's just that people think that Drake can write because they fall for that BS. But Drake writes. Oh well, Party been writing his songs. Do you not know how many times Drake and Party been collaborating? Ratchet Happy Birthday. Everybody know that's a party song. Yes. Drake listened to the song and listened to the cadence that Party wrote and followed suit with his own writing. Work, right? Is a party song with Rihanna. Drake hopped on because he listens to that cadence and wrote. So Party and Drake has been writing for each other. They have collaborated. So enough with the foolishness, people. See, people don't understand. People never been in the studio. If you're not a writer like myself, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's called catching ideas. Okay, Party wrote work. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hop on and just say you need to get done, and work come over. Yeah, he listened to the cadence of the song, wrote it so he can match the flow of the song. Cool. Mob ties, sick of these niggas. Sick of these niggas. How you shoot? Ready. S class, G class, lot of class. Drake wrote the song, but Vori did the reference track so it could give Drake an idea. You know what? Too late. Drake wrote it. He listened to Vori and was like, you know what? I like the flow. Cool. I'm gonna take some of this and some of that because it's catchy. And it's gonna write my own. But I'm gonna use them and put it in my own lyrics and just write it. Write it. But people so retarded, they don't understand. But they want to follow headlines. So to me, Iceman is a great album. You know, his best album since Scorpion. I like how Drake did his thing. Let cats know I'm still here. But yeah, guys, what you guys think? Do you guys think the Iceman album is a classic, great, or a bust? To me, I think it's a great album. So, guys, leave it in the comment section. It's your boy Strictly. I'm out. Peace.